See, just 21st century kids were taught by 20th century adults using 19th century curricula.
Madam, someone is interrupting, please. It's a kind request from the organizer. Sir, please mute. Please mute your audio, ma'am, please.
They don't like the way we learn because it is a totally different environment. What you're learning is we are worried about this generation, isn't it? But we are share some or just present what are the characteristics of learners and it will be better for us to accommodate or acquire the new skills so that we can do it. This is reading and learning. So this I have been collected from different where I present what are the learners you might be knowing just or it may be a summary of it just to read. But multimodal learners.
Good morning, participants. A warm welcome to the Faculty Development Program organized by IQAC of Rajapalayam Raju's College, Rajapalayam. Welcome one and all. Dear participants, please mute your audio and video. This program is going to be a live stream. For the other participants can also visible and can audible for all. So please, dear participants, mute. The program is going to start within 2 minutes.
Good morning, one and all. I welcome all of you for the online faculty development program on education, past, present, and future. This is organized by Rajapalayam Raju's College, Internal Quality Assurance Center. I welcome you all for this program. I'm thankful for the technology here so that we can connect with each other and share our views during this corona also through the technologies available. So now I'm welcoming chief guest, that is Dr. R. Sundar Raj, Assistant Professor of Commerce and Deputy Dean Academic Affairs and Research Cell, Punjab College, Shivagasi.
Thank you, madam.
He's going to present his address on the topic education, past, present and future. I also welcome our members of IQAC. We are Ramji sir, Mrs. Vinita ma'am and the other members followed by. I also welcome the coordinator of IQAC, Mr. Vishnu Shankar, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Rajapalayam Raju's College. And I, at last, not the least, I welcome all the members present here. I hope it will live up to your expectations. Thank you. Now I welcome Mrs. R. Vinita, Assistant Professor of Commerce, to introduce our resource person.
Good morning, one and all present here. I have a very pleasant duty of introducing our guest speaker, Dr. R. Sundar Raj, Assistant Professor of Commerce, IQAC College, Shivagasi. Sir is a professional teacher with commendable academic experience of around 16 years with specialization in areas like entrepreneurship, soft skill training, and public speaking. He's trained around 2,500 students till date. Sir has obtained his bachelor degree in commerce from MDS Ajmer University, Rajasthan, master's degree from National College Kochi, MPhil from Bharat Dasan University, and PhD from Bharatiyar University. At present, Sir holds the following positions at his college. He serves as the Deputy Dean, Academic Affairs and Research Cell, Editor, Punjab Journal of Humanities and Social Science. He is currently the coordinator of Compreneur Cell, which is Center for Training and Incubation, coordinator of Assure, Punjab Skill Development for Success and Rejuvenation. He is assistant coordinator of the College Industry Collaborative Cell. He serves as a member of IPR Cell and Study in India Cell. He is an excellent student counselor. Before joining this college, he had also served as the head Department of Commerce, Nehru Arts and Science College, Coimbatore, head Department of Commerce and International Business, VLB Janaki Ammal College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. He served as the chairman for the Board of Studies of Commerce. He has also acted as a steering committee member for NAC ISO. He served as a convener for Bharatiyar and Annamalai University examinations. Dr. R. Sundaraj has also organized 3 national seminars, leading guest lectures, quiz, and entrepreneurial expos. Sir has acted as resource person for various guest lectures and faculty development programs such as entrepreneurship awareness, memory techniques, impact of technology in teaching learning process, efficient U and exigent classroom, cognizant to be efficient, etc. Sir has prepared many video lessons on entrepreneurship and essentials of communication, some of which have been uploaded in the YouTube also. He has also created Android apps which are available in the Google Play Store. It's a matter of personal pride and joy to introduce you, sir. Welcome, sir, to the online faculty development program on education, past, present, and future. Eagerly looking forward to your session, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. That was a wonderful introduction. I hope my voice is audible. Is it clear, madam? Uh,
It's audible, sir.
right, sir. Right, sir. Thank you.
Audible, it's audible.
Yes. So, first of all, let me thank Raju's College IQAC Cell Principal Dr. Venkatraman sir, Coordinator Vishnu Shankar sir, Ramji sir, for organizing such a wonderful program. I know this takes a lot of, the program may be just for 1 hour or so, but it takes a lot of pain to organize, to conduct such type of programs and to coordinate with so many participants. So this, the work, initially the work starts 10 days before, and it even lasts for 5 to 6 days even after the program, but the program is just for 1 hour. So I think all the participants should coordinate with the organizers, because they have the real difficulty, they are the real heroes behind this organizing this program. And please, all of us together, let us make this program a grand success to them. Right, thank you very much for your introduction. As madam has given a very good introduction of mine, that is an academic introduction. Apart from that, I would like to introduce myself, the second part of me, which many people don't know. And I would like to tell those things very personally, because it gives an pleasure to me, and also it gives an impact to others also. The thing is nothing. I have only 16 years of teaching experience, as they have told. So which might not be too great or too big where compared to others who are having 30, 40 years of experience. So I'm new, I'm just a beginner only. But the experience that I have got, something different from others is, I have lived in 14 states in India. I have traveled right from Jammu Kashmir. I have lived in Jammu Kashmir to almost 14 states in India. I will not like to list them out because time constraint. And then I have lived in around 24 major cities. I know 5 languages. All these things, why I am telling you is, I am a multicultural person. So I have studied, did my schoolings from North India, UG from western part of India, Rajasthan, then came down to Tamil Nadu for, my native is Tirchi, and came down to Tamil Nadu for my post-graduation. Then I continued my MPhil there, PhD, and I settled. And I worked in Coimbatore for 10 years, and presently I'm working as assistant professor in INR College for the past 6 years. In 2013 I joined. This is my 7th year now. So this is one sort of introduction which I would like to share with you, because this experience what I have in different states is really great. And when we work or when we study in a college, in an institution which is entirely different from that of ours in Tamil Nadu, gives us a very good experience of that. So considering all these experiences and summing up all my experiences, we have a question. I had a question, and I suppose everybody will be having such a type of question in their mind, that is the education system in India is good enough? Sometimes we used to criticize it, sometimes we used to appreciate it, but always we have a dilemma whether this education system in India is good one. So let me share my PPT so that you can yeah, I hope the PPT is visible. Sir, is the PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Right, fine, thank you. Right, so that's why I decided to discuss or give my views on a topic which is very, very related to us, education. So we are all educationalists, so we should know about our education system. So that's why I decided to talk about the past system, the present system, and what is going to be the future one. And let me tell you, we have a wrong or we have a misconception in our mind that the present education system is Indian education system, and we used to criticize it, or we are not satisfied, or we are not happy with it. So let me tell you, this is not an Indian education system. Indian education system is Gurukulam system. Gurukulam system was the actual Indian education system. This system is quite different from all other systems. Like in Gurukulam system, a kid, a boy or a girl, a child will not be admitted till the age of 10. So that means till the age of 10, the child will be staying at his home, playing, learning from their parents, learning from the society. He will be very, very associated, very much associated with the society, people, relations, friends, parents. Now he learns these type of values from them. Values from parents, values from friends, values from society. So till the age of 10, he is prepared to learn. And at once he attains the age of 10, he is taken to the Gurukulam. In Gurukulam, he will remain there for next 16 years. Those 16 years will be his transformation into a real human being. There, he, like what we do till 10th, we have some sort of common education, and after 10th only we divide into groups, commerce or science or mathematics, biology, those who want to go for engineering, those who want to go for medicine, those who want to go for management, arts. So like that we do only in the age of but after 10th. But here in Gurukulam, nothing is like that. Everybody should learn every aspect, every concept. Like each child will be taught arts, humanities, science, engineering, medicine, or you can call it Ayurveda, dance, self-defense techniques, singing, music, instruments, swimming, everything. Do you have to learn everything? And after the age of 16, after 16 years, sorry. Now the child will be 26 years of age. He was admitted in the age of 10. He spent 16 years of his life fully residential. You cannot come back home. You spend 16 years of your life in Gurukulam. You learned all these things, and in the age of 26, you come out of Gurukulam as a perfect human being. That is what we call as self-sufficient. Now India is talking about self-sufficient. Even you would have seen our Prime Minister, beloved Prime Minister, a few days back has announced India should be self-sufficient. Now we are talking about, in 2020, we are talking about self-sufficient, but it was already there 400, 500 years ago. We were self-sufficient. Each individual was self-sufficient because he learned all those skills, or what we call as life coping skills. And that was necessary, and that is very, very important for the survival. Just imagine if one family has one member who has all these skills, that family is great. He is self-sufficient, the family is self-sufficient, the society is self-sufficient, automatically the country is self-sufficient. This was the actual Indian education system. But this gentleman, Thomas Babington Macaulay, has turned upside down everything. Now, he is also known as British architect. Now, what he did is, Britishers came to India long back, 400 years ago, with a company called East India Company. They came to India just for business because India is full of resources. So they came to India just for business. And they saw that Indians cannot be defeated because everybody was good enough. Now, they wanted some techniques, something so that they can rule India. So he was already known as a British architect, they called him. So he came to India, he visited all the places in India, and he gave a report that Indian education system is very strong, and until and unless you abolish the Indian education system, British cannot rule over India. Now this was what happened then. Now, according to his report, the Britishers, what they did is, first thing what they did is they abolished the Indian education system. All the Gurukulams were eliminated. All those Gurukulams were abolished, demolished, and no Gurukulam was left over, because they wanted to make it sure that Indians should not be intelligent, they should not be full of wisdom, so that, and then only they can rule us. So after some time, the British education system was imposed, and slowly we started losing our education, we started losing our intelligence, and Britishers started ruling us. This is how British education system was introduced in India, and till now we are following only British education system. Now only in Bangalore, a few schools have started Gurukulam system. There are some few schools who have started Gurukulam system, and a new concept is also being introduced called as homeschooling. Now this homeschooling, where a child is not sent to the school, he does his education from his home. You can have a question how this can be possible, but it is possible. That is possible. Even my own brother's child is adopted that system. He's 5-6 years of old. He has never been to school. He is learning everything from his home, from his parents. Now I can challenge anyone. Any person at his age cannot be as intelligent as he is, because when we go to education, we stick to the curriculum, we stick to the syllabus, and apart from that we don't do anything. But here there is no such restriction. I'm not criticizing the school system, but I'm just giving an opinion of mine. That's it. Now let me tell you, when this system was abolished and the British system was introduced, we follow this system, and what happens? We lack something. And what are the consequences? The consequences, I am not telling any consequences. The consequences are being told by NASSCOM. NASSCOM, you know very well, it is an association, National Association for Software and Service Companies. Now this association made a study in India. They visited 200-300 colleges, and they started studying what is the reason about recession, and why the employment generation is not good in India. And they have found that colleges in India are producing only 25% of employable graduates. That means students have only 25% of the students have employability skills once they graduate out of their college. That means out of 100 students, only 25 people are able to be employed. Remaining 75 are not skilled enough. They are not up to the mark. And this 25 is only in New Delhi. And in case of Tamil Nadu, it is only 10%. See, 10% is a very alarming ratio. So this 10% in Tamil Nadu is a very alarming ratio. What we should know, and even after seeing this type of statistics, we should be very aware that, or we should be very careful that we should transform, or we should improvise some type of system in our. See, all of a sudden we cannot change the entire system, but we can add something, or we can bring some techniques where even in our own I think there is another audio in between. So please, participant, any participant can please mute. Some other audio is interrupting, I think. So, yeah, okay. Thank you. And sorry for the.
Sir, good morning, sir. Principal, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning.
சார் என்ன இல்லைங்க சார் நான் வந்து என்ன சரி ஒரு நாள் கொடுத்துடலாம் ஏன்னா முந்தானத்தை நம்ம பேசுகிறோம் ஒரு நாள் கொடுத்துடலான்ட்டு இன்னைக்கு ஈவினிங் பேசலான்ட்டு நான் பேசிட்டு அப்டேட் பண்ணிடுறேன் சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே சார்.
கண்டிப்பா சரி.
Participants, it's a request for all of us, please mute your microphones. It's hard for us to make it clear.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Please continue, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you very much, madam. Sorry, participants, there was a small technical flaw. I think some audio was disturbing. Right, no problem. It happens. Okay. So, this is very alarming situation where Tamil Nadu is having only 10% of, or Tamil Nadu colleges are producing only 10% of employable graduates. See how we have the most number of engineering colleges, we have the maximum number of arts and science colleges. Every year new colleges are being coming up, and still this is the ratio. That means we lack somewhere. We are lacking somewhere, and that is what we have to find out, and we have to rectify that. So out of my experiences, I can understand that we cannot change the system, but we can add something to our curriculum, or we can add something to our teaching methods and learning methods. That is more important. See what happens when colleges are producing unskilled people. When they go and work somewhere, they will increase the production cost by 20 to 50%, and no company or no organization will accept that, because they work a lot for minimizing or reducing their production cost. And when a person is increasing the production cost by 20 to 50%, the company will not keep him. They will kick him off. So this is what is happening. And what happens? Every year new peoples will be recruited on that place. So what we think is employment generation is good, and every time people are joining, keeping on joining, so companies are intaking more recruits. And when you see in a company 60% recruits are freshers, and what will happen to that 60% recruiters? Only a 10 or 15% will be retained, another 30-35% or even more will be sent off. So this is what is happening. Now all this situation we have to analyze. We have to see whether we are producing the right employable graduate. Why do we teach? Why do we educate them? Not just to get a degree. It is not the purpose. We teach them to be a good human. We teach them to be a good citizen. We teach them to be a good employee. We teach them to so that he can produce something, he can be productive, and he can contribute to his family, he can contribute to the society, he can contribute to the economy, he can contribute to the nation. So this is what our motto is. This is what the teacher wants to. But are we doing that? That is the question, and let us discuss what we can do for that. See, we have to do something different, out of box thinking. In Western education, this is what is happening. Out of box thinking. That is why the Western countries are producing 96% of employable graduates, whereas in India it is only 25%, and in Tamil Nadu it is only 10%. See, 96% of employable graduates. Why these countries are so developed? Why these countries are moving like anything, progressing like anything, developing like anything? Just because they are producing employable graduates, the graduates who are full of, packed with skills and all other talents, self-sufficient. This is what out of box thinking is. Out of box thinking is think something differently, what you can do for your students. Now let me explain. There is a concept called as VAK. How many of you know that? I don't know, but you can check it out in net. You have ready-made source in your hand, you can check it out. VAK, visual, audible, and kinesthetic. This is a methodology of teaching where you have to understand the students. The first and second bench students are mostly audio. They want to listen. They want to grab everything whatever a teacher says and write down. The third and fourth bench students are normally visually oriented. They try to learn from the visuals they see. They want to cover anything. They sit in the middle so that they can have a 360-degree view. They can see the teacher, they can see the other classmates, they can see what you write in the blackboard, they can listen to you also. And but the people sitting in the fifth and sixth benches, they are different. Normally we used to avoid them, but they are the different people. Kinesthetic, they want to do and learn. Just saying them is not enough, just showing them is not enough. They want to practically do it and learn. I have experienced, once I learned this system, I have experienced it personally. I have I handle a paper called as entrepreneurship, and it's a very common paper. I teach this for past 16 years, and now I'm pretty good in it, because I would say why I'm good in it is because I know the subject. No, I do something differently. Each year I try to produce at least 5 to 6 entrepreneurs from every class. This is what I try to do, and this I have started doing for the past few years. What I used to do is I used to tell them, I used to give them, I used to involve them in my teaching. Right, a first part I will say, and I would like the students to complete what I am going to say. I'd like to share their ideas, and you won't believe me, the people sitting in the last benches are more active in my class, and they give the good responses. This is because this is in human tendencies, this is psychology. Now we have to understand this is out of box thinking. Now whatever we teach, we have to include the students in the teaching process. We say teaching, learning is a process, but we never include the students in that process. We say it is in papers, that's it, but we never include that in our process. There is only one-way communication. At least 80% we have only one-way communication. Teacher will speak, students has to listen, and they have to write down. This is what is going on. We never include them in our teaching process, our teaching learning process. This is maybe one of the lackings I have. And let me tell you, I have pointed out some, figured out some lackings what we have. We lack self-learning. We never allow the students to learn by themselves. Spoon feeding. In the other hand, we do that spoon feeding work. The spoon feeding is horrible. Whatever is there in the syllabus, we will make notes of it. We will give notes, learn it, mug up it, and omit it. That's what the system goes on. That's how it goes on. This is spoon feeding system. We never allow the system to, will never allow the students for self-learning. Let me give you an example. There is a school in Vijayawada where the teaching methodology is totally different. For example, if the class starts at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., 9 to 10, the teacher will explain some concepts. He will guide the students. He will just put a light on the concepts. He will explain it to them. 10 to 11, next the students has to do a peer study. They have to discuss among themselves. They have to do a peer study. They can go to the library. They can use the digital library. They have to do a peer study. And whatever the teacher has taught them in 9 to 10, they will explore it more. More exploration they will do. They will learn more about it. And 11 to 12, teacher will conduct a test, an assessment, you can say. This is how they teach. And the students is pretty good enough in their subjects. Whatever they learn is 100%. They will never forget in their life. This is the system what they are following, right? You can just check it and you can explore, and this is self-learning. We lack that self-learning system, right? And another thing about our South Asians is, we South Asians, like countries like India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Burma, Nepal, we people are weakness focused or weakness centric. For example, in 10th standard, take for an example, a 10th standard students will be writing exams in the subjects like Tamil, English, science, maths, and social studies. For example, these are the 5 subjects he is taking up. Now, see, For example, his result is like this. In Tamil, he scored 95. In English, he scored 88. In science, he scored 87. In social science, he scored something around 90. And in mathematics, he scored something around 65. So, what will happen when students score such marks? He scored 95 in Tamil, 88 in English, 80, 87 in science, 90 in social studies, and mathematics he scored 65. What will happen? Everybody will forget what he scored in all other subjects, but everybody will start focusing. Yes, I think participants can mute their audio. Others are listening. Yes. Yeah. So what will happen? Now the concentration will go to mathematics where he has scored less marks. That is what we are weakness centric. We will forget about Tamil where he scored 95. We will forget about English where he scored 88. We will forget about social studies where he scored 90. We'll all start concentrating on mathematics where he scored only 65. Right? Now the parents wanted him to be an engineer. Now what they will do is they will choose the first group for him, physics, chemistry, maths. Again, he is good in physics and chemistry maybe, but he is not good in maths. So he will be sent to a tuition. Again, he is weak after plus 2, after his plus 2 examinations. In all other subjects, he will be scored well, but in mathematics, his score is again low. Again, what parents will again, what parents will try to do is parents will try to get him admitted in some good engineering college. They will pay a lot of fees for that. They will get him admitted in an engineering college. Again, the engineering is full of mathematics. All the 8 semesters carries mathematics as a subject. Now what happens? Again, he is weak in maths. Anyhow, he will have arrears and he will pass that and he will get an engineering degree. But think honestly whether he is right for engineering, where maths is very important and he is not comfortable with maths. Now this is what happens in Asian countries, South Asian countries especially, and that too India. We are very weakness centered. We will never concentrate about things where we are strong enough, where we are good enough, which is comfortable, which skills we already have. So this is very, very important for us to learn all these things. Now, instead of focusing into weaker part, why don't we focus into the stronger part, right? Again, this is what lacking. We cannot encourage deviance. We cannot encourage something new. Some students come up with some new ideas for his project. We will not encourage him. No, this is not possible. Last year they did like that. You also do like that. We will not. We are not ready to take that risk. Now, nowadays students coming from 12th standard, people sitting in admissions will know that they will bring mark sheets which is full of marks. I would say like that. The mark sheet will be full of marks. Normally they are getting 1,100 marks. Everyone is getting 1,100 marks. I remember one incident in Anjak. A boy came. I was sitting in the admission and he handed over his application and mark sheet and asked me one question. Sir, will I get an admission in this college? I want to study here. I saw his marks which read 1,157. I was surprised. I said, you have got 1,157. Definitely you will get. Why don't? So just wait for the result, you will get. Now, when the results came, when the results were pasted in the notice board, his number was not there. Then I asked him to check for the waiting list. Even in waiting list, he was not there. He was in the 4th or 5th position. Right? So that means so many people or so many students are scoring so much of marks. And what happens when they come to college? We expect them their quality to be according to matching their marks, but it won't. +2 எப்படி படிச்ச நீ +2ல எப்படி இவ்வளோ மார்க் எடுத்த உனக்கு ஒன்றுமே தெரியலையேன்னு எல்லா டீச்சரும் ஒரு டைலாக் நம்ம சொல்லியிருப்போம் அவங்ககிட்ட. right? So what happens in plus 2? What happens? Memorize, omit, you will get marks. Memorize, omit, you will get marks. This is what is happening. This is not the right system, right? So we have to do something for that. See, where what happens when these type of students do their engineering? Where they end up? They end up in call centers. They end up in BPOs. Or finally, something good means they will end up in bank. பேங்க்ல ஏன் வேலை கிடைக்குதுன்னா அதுல மேத்தமெட்டிக்ஸ் இருக்கு. இன்ஜினியரிங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் 8 செமஸ்டர் மேத்தமெட்டிக்ஸ் படிச்சிருக்காங்க, ஈஸியா வேலை கிடைச்சிடுது. அவ்வளவுதான். Now these engineering students don't get the profession, don't do the profession in their own domain. In their own domain they don't do that profession. They come, they change for a call center. Call center க்கு என்ன eligibility? +2. இன்ஜினியரிங் படிச்சுட்டு அங்க உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க 12,000 ரூபாய் சம்பளத்துக்கு. This is where the engineering talents is ending up in India. This is what is happening, right? Because they are not skilled enough to get into some good profession, right? All this I would blame that or I would say that, or what I have experienced is, we tell lot of teaching methods. We focus on lot of teaching methods. Always we say, I am using an PowerPoint presentation, I am using an audio visual classroom, I am using a smart classroom, I am using an interactive board system. Those are all teaching methods. Have you ever concentrated on learning methods? We have to concentrate on learning methods. Why don't we concentrate on learning methods? Now, we do what is comfortable for us, but we will never do what is comfortable for the students. Step into their shoes and see their position, what they want. Try to understand them. Try to understand them what they want, and try to do what they want. Every student is not equal. Don't label them. Never label them. Never label the students. Everyone is good. Everyone is good. Everyone is good enough in at least something. Try to find out the best thing in them and try to teach them with their methods which is comfortable for them to learn. I have experienced it, and what I used to do is I used to conduct some skill enhancement programs after classes. After 4 o'clock, I used to conduct some skill enhancement programs where I can identify people with different skill capabilities. This is out of my own interest. I do because I need to understand my students, and I do. And when I do this, I come up with lot of qualities of students which is hidden, which we never know, which we never come to know about them. And when I find those qualities, I assure you, I just bring it up them, and I'll just make them a very popular person. Now, a lot of times I have done, and I use that in organizing programs, I use them in making them entrepreneurs. Now, you won't believe, there are few people here who are very good enough. I have last year or before last year, there was a student. He was economically weaker, but he wanted to do any business. I identified him where he can do, where he can put his capabilities, and now he started doing business. Now he's going good, right? We have put exhibitions in local temple fairs also, temple festivals also. His product sold like anything, right? He's getting orders frequently. He's getting orders. Now, this is what success is. This is what we teach him. அவனை ஒரு வேலைக்கு போகணுன்னு நினைக்கிறோம், அவனே ஒரு வேலை பார்க்குறான், அவனே ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் பண்ணுவான். குட். So we have to identify those capabilities in the students, and we have to bring it up, right? See, these students are not the students of our generation. They are something different. They are techno friendly. They are comfortable with technology. You teach them something in blackboard, they will not listen. Teach something them in laptop and computers, they will listen. See, after this lockdown was started, everybody was like some tension. What we are going to do to complete our syllabus, and what we are going to do to conduct examinations. Internal is not over, terminal is not over, assignments are pending. What we are going to do? Within a short period, we all learned to do on the basis of technology. Once we criticized it, right? Even there was a meme was created, right? காலேஜ்க்கு மொபைல் ஃபோன் கொண்டு வராதுன்னு சொல்றாங்க, ஆனா இன்னைக்கு காலேஜே மொபைல் ஃபோனுக்குள்ள தான் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு ஒரு மீம் கூட வந்துச்சு, நியூஸ்ல கூட வந்துச்சு. Yes, that's true. There is nothing wrong in that. Now we are depending on the technology. We need the technology for teaching also. Or 3 months back, all of us were saying that e-learning system or technology-oriented learning system is not possible in India. Why not? See, just in 1 month we all have learned it. We have explored all the platforms. எத்தனை பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு நம்ம எல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டோம், எத்தனை மெத்தட்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு நம்ம எல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு நம்ம இன்னைக்கு எல்லாமே வந்து அடாப்ட் பண்ணிட்டோம். Students adopt பண்ணிட்டாங்க. Sometimes there was a concept rural students cannot adopt it. They have also adopted it. They are also doing. They are also comfortable with it. Now I conducted online classes. Now you won't believe they were more attentive in online classes because that is the technique or that is the methodology where they are comfortable with. They are more. They recorded it. They recorded it, whatever I taught them, they recorded it, they listened again and again, they then prepared notes, then they wrote exam. So I was surprised when I saw their papers, they are writing which I had never given them in writing or notes. I had just spoken to them. So they are more attentive in class, they are more good enough in listening through mobile devices or electronic devices. See, they are comfortable. Let me give you one example. When I was doing my MPhil in 2002, my guide asked me to collect some review of literature. We all do. So review of literature, I asked him, sir, where shall I go to collect this review of literature? I was very new to this research. I never knew what should I do. Now my guide said, go to Bharathidasan University first, then go to Bardiyar University, then go to Pondicherry University, then go to Madras University. If possible, you can travel across the state, go to another university, Bangalore University or Karnataka or Andhra University, get some reviews from there. I was surprised. Sir, I have to go travel so much places. Yes, don't come to me without getting reviews. Straight away he said that. And I went to Bharathidasan University, I went to Bardiyar University, I went to Pondicherry University and Madras University. I collected reviews. I sat in the library. Because Xerox taking photocopies was not allowed, so I sat in the library. I used to write everything. Right? So hundreds and hundreds of pages I have written for review. I have brought it. Then I have made it precise it for review of literature. Now what we do? Review of literature, just log into net, open some website. Google Scholar is the best thing. You open it, you will get reviews. Just download that PDF. Now read it and then write a review. How much time it will take? Very less. How much money will be spent? Nothing. Now how can you say that this method is not good? E-learning is good. It saves your time, it saves your money, it saves your efforts. The review, I was able to collect 25 reviews in 3 months after spending lot of money, after traveling lot of places. But just in 1 month I was able to collect 60 reviews for my PhD from net, and that was a very reliable source. I downloaded all the thesis, I went through that, I read all the thesis, I wrote. So just my efforts are just to read and write. So how can you say that e-learning is not good? We have to adopt. Students are changing. We also have to change to that technology. So this is the future. Now future will be totally different. We are more effective. இவ்வளோ சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸோ இவ்வளோ வேலையோ நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும்போது நம்ம பார்க்கல. ஆனால் இப்போ ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் பார்க்குறாங்க, இவ்வளோ வேலை பார்க்குறாங்க, அவங்க இவ்வளோ படிக்கிறாங்க, இவ்வளோ அசைன்மெண்ட்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாங்க, இவ்வளோ டெஸ்ட் எழுதுறாங்க. And they are more capable than us. They are more techno-friendly. So we have to transform ourselves to the next level. நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கு மேலே ஒரு படி மேலே இருக்கணும். அப்போதான் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து நம்மளை மதிப்பான். இல்லைனா he will never because he will say whatever you are saying, more than that I am getting in net. Why should I listen to you? This will be the tendency. Now his mentality is totally changed. Whatever you are telling, I am already having in net. When you get the content from net, you make your own analysis, you give something of your own which is impressive, then only the students will be tend to listening to. This is what will happen. Right. Now as madam has introduced, when she said I have posted a lot of video lessons, I try to make innovative video lessons, and I have also tried to make some Android apps, because I want to be updated. I want to keep myself more than my student. At any cost, if student will update, I will update myself. He goes to the next level, I will go to the next level. This is what and for this we have to work very hard. Now this is what the use of technology. What happens? Allow students more control of their own learning methods. So we have to, as a teacher, we have to guide them, teach less and guide them. Just show them the way. They have to walk through it. You can show the door, you can show the way, and you can put lights on it. You cannot take them or you cannot carry them all the way. This is not going to happen, right? This is not the present scenario, or this is not going to be the scenario of the future education system. We have to just show them the way. They have to walk through it. So to enable them to walk through it, we have to prepare them. You have to show the way, you have to show the light, you have to show the door which they have to open, and they will walk through it. So this is, a teacher should guide more and teach less, then only it will happen. And we have to give them some real-time learning experiences. Ask them to do. Ask them to involve. When I teach entrepreneurship, I just don't say like there is a topic called district industry center. I don't say district industry center is there where you have all these things. I ask them to go to directly to district industry center. Go and get information, or at least visit the website and get the information. Then only I will proceed with my topic. So next day, at least some 20-25 students will bring some information. So I visited there, I bought this information, there is some projects, there is some forms. I said, very good, now I will proceed. So this is what learning experiences. Now when I say one point, they are able to tell me another point. They are participating in the teaching learning process. They are participating in the teaching learning process. So we have to make them, give them some real-time experiences, right? Or else what will happen? This will happen, brain drain. Now brain drain is a concept most of you have heard about it. Good students from India will travel abroad for their higher studies. Almost, according to the statistics given by the government, almost 2 lakh students every year travel from India to abroad for their higher studies. These are some good brains, what is important. And these people travel from India, go to abroad for their higher studies and stay there. They will never come back because they will get a job there. They will be comfortable with there, earning good. They will stay there. So these nice brains go out of India, and when they go, they simply don't go. Lot of money also goes. Every year, as the PPT shows, $17 billion. Right, $17 billion is going to foreign countries from India just for the expenses of education, right? So this brain drain will happen, right? So we have to avoid it. Money is not a problem, let money go, but nice brains are going out of India. So this is happening. So we have to avoid that, right? Now how can you avoid that? Reward creativity, original thinking. When some students come with some good ideas, when they are creative, make them creative. Let them experience their creativity. First time they may fail, second time they may fail, third time they will learn from their mistakes and they will stand up and their innovations and their creativity will be really good. So we have to encourage them, we have to motivate them to do all such type of creativity. See, teaching is the art of assisting discovery. இது நான் சொல்லலை, ரொம்ப முன்னாடி யாரோ சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. Right? Teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Teaching is not spoon feeding. Teaching is not just imposing the education to their minds. You have to enlighten them. We have to ignite them. That's the right word. We have to ignite them so that they can the ground. This he continues for the next 5 years. 5 years he will be watering the fields where there is no single leaf or no single sprouting is out of the land. Now what happens? After 5 years, the tree or the plant starts to grow and it will shoot up to 90 feet in just 6 weeks. 90 feet in just 6 weeks. 1.5 மாசத்துல 90 அடி அது உயரம். அவ்வளோ சீக்கிரம் அது வளரும். இவ்வளோ ஃபாஸ்டா வளரக்கூடிய ஒரு மரம் 5 வருஷம் என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருந்துச்சு? It was developing its roots. It was developing its roots inside the ground because it knows that it is going to shoot up, it is going to reach such a height where it requires a strong foundation to hold it. அவ்வளோ பெரிய மரமா வளர்றது, பெரிய ஒரு ஸ்ட்ராங் ஃபவுண்டேஷன் இல்லைன்னா அந்த மரம் விழுந்துடும். அதனால 5 வருஷம் அதோட வேர்களை மண்ணில் நல்லா ஸ்ட்ராங்கா அது வளர்த்துக்கிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் அது வெளியில வளர ஆரம்பிச்சது. அதோட வளர்ச்சியை யாருனாலையும் தடுக்க முடியல. 90 அடி 6 வாரத்துல வளருது. Now this is what our student is. Our student is like a Chinese bamboo tree. 5 years UG 3 வருஷம் PG 2 வருஷம் நம்ம கிட்ட படிக்கிறானா, we have to make him strong enough so that when he goes out of the institution he reaches heights where nobody can stop him, and when he reaches height he is strong enough to hold that position, right? So this is what we have to learn from, right? And at last I would like to say only one thing: thank you. So thank you very much for your patient listening. I don't know how much justification I have done. I have taken an hour of your time. So still I was able to share all my experiences and views. So I would like to thank once again Principal Dr. Venkataraman sir, IQAC Coordinator Vishnu Shankar sir, and Ramji sir for organizing such a wonderful program, and all those members who were involved in organizing this program, and all the participants who spent their time listening patiently. Thank you very much. Thank you all participants. Thank you organizers.
Thank you very much, sir. Participants, if you have any queries, please post in the chat box. We'll wait for you for 2 minutes or so.
Hello, sir.
Sir, yes sir.
Sir, I have a query, not actually a query.
Yes, sir.
Actually, in between your lecture or conversation, you have used the local language. I am from Odisha. I couldn't able to get.
Oh, okay, sir. I tried to avoid that, but I think only one small example I told in Tamil. So nice to hear from you, sir.
Can you clarify me, sir? Students will use technology. They are very comfortable. This will be the new thing. Whatever you have said.
Yes, yes.
But I think because of this curiosity,
Yes.
that a new medium of teaching is there, they are very much interested. After that, this curiosity will be down again. We will suffer as a profession and.
Yes, that may be true, sir. But always there is a change. Changes keeps on coming. So now we were traditionally teaching. Now we are into this new method of teaching, which is at present, which is very comfortable for students. They like it. And sometimes, as you said, if in future, if these things fades out and the new things comes, we have to adopt for that also. We have to change ourselves according to the need of the hour, as we have did it right now. So we were not used to this e-learning techniques, but now we have done it. We have done it. We have accepted it, adopted it in a very short time. So we should be ready to adopt all such type of. Sir, I will just like to add one more thing. Foreign universities were about to come to India. You know about that, and students were very eager for that foreign universities, because these foreign universities have degrees for 4 years, which is equivalent to PG. So these type of degrees, when the foreign universities will come, every Indian university started thinking that we should also have a degree for 4 years program. Degree program should be for 4 years, and there was a talk where Indian universities were ready to transform themselves into 4-year degree program to meet the competition of foreign universities. So we have to be prepare ourselves for any changes that takes place, even it stays for a time or not. So I think I addressed your question, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We have one more question from Monica Ebenezer.
Yes, madam.
Will online teaching be the new normal post the pandemic, sir?
No, definitely not. Post-pandemic, because already Western countries who were adopted this technology, online technology, a long back. What report they have given is this online teaching is not as effective as real-time classrooms. So they also transformed themselves into the real-time classrooms, where what we traditionally do. And they say that the chalk and talk method is the best method of teaching, where you can directly have the feedback from the students. Now this is only for the time being. This online teaching cannot be adopted for future, but we have to be prepared for it. We should be also comfortable for it. we have to make ourselves prepared that even if this situation come, we are ready to accept that also. This cannot be permanent.
Thank you, sir. We have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
Sangeeta, ma'am.
Yes.
How can we engage our students in the classroom for 45 minutes effectively?
Yes, ma'am. So for that we have to do some pre-work. We have to identify each student's what he is interested in. So we have to understand we have to know about each student, that what he is interested in, and we have to engage some activities. For example, when I was teaching communication, I used to practically bring them to the front, and I used to give some activities like role play or debate or something like that, making it interesting and teaching it. So activity based learning, whatever is possible in that 45 minutes we can do. But as I said, that 45 minutes or 1 hour is not sufficient for us, so I am using late hours, after college hours. Those who are interested, they stay back and they learn up to 6 o'clock. College gets over by 4 o'clock. They stay back and they stay with me for till 5:30, 6, and they do it. So we have to go for only because we cannot go out of the way of timetable or anything. So after 4 hours, my HOD, my department supports me a lot. My college supports me a lot in doing all those things. And even now the principal has asked me to conduct this type of activities for the entire college. So we were on the plan, we had made all the schedules, but since this lockdown has come, we are not able to do that. So in our classroom on that particular subject, not by imposing that theoretical knowledge, we have to involve them by doing some activities which will make the class interesting, and all the students will be involved in such ways. I think so. We can make a try. You can just try it in one subject, then you can go for other subjects also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So we have one more question from our side.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. I'm Assistant Professor of Commerce from Raju College.
Happy morning, ma'am.
I have a doubt.
Yes.
This kind of webinars, online webinars and online FDP programs, will
Yes.
that continue even post-pandemic, and will that be counted?
Yes, of course, madam. These type of webinars, we have started doing it right now, but in other parts of the country, they have already doing it. They have, in some colleges, as far as I know, they have made it mandatory that every month a webinar should be conducted for each class. The guest lectures what we used to normally conduct, they were conducting it through webinars. So students will be sitting in the class and in the smart classroom, and they will be having that projection in the screen, and students will be allowed to interact with the. So this happened. I have seen in Coimbatore, many colleges are following. So webinar should be conducted, should be followed, because a resource person from an outside state or an outside country can be easily accessed. It is comfortable for them and it's comfortable for us also. So definitely it should be conducted and should be continued. I think so.
Well, will that get the equal status with that the normal physical seminars or conferences we conduct?
Yeah, sure. Definitely it will get. We have to include it. We have to definitely it will be getting equal status. Only thing, we have to maintain the proper records. It should be conducted after a very good planning. So everything should be properly documented, and definitely it will be counted.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have one more question. Can we
Yes,
move
yes,
on
please.
to it, sir?
Yeah, sure. Please.
This question is from Mr. S. Ravibalan.
Yes.
The question is, students and staff are under stress. Even when online classes are conducted, discipline is gone, laziness is there, and staff find delicate to talk before their parents. What is your suggestion?
Yes, of course, this is something new. When we face the camera, we have that hesitation. But I don't think that will continue when you go with 3 or 4 classes like that. Even when I first attended my online class, I had a bit of hesitation, and students also had a bit of hesitation. So, as we have a classroom ethics and classroom discipline, some sort of discipline and ethics should be brought here. I have seen last month I was conducting a webinar and I saw a student who was, I don't know who he was actually, he was just lying on his bed and he was attending the class. So, these type of things should be avoided. This is our own responsibility to be following the ethics, the code of conduct. How we will be when we are in a class. When we are in a class, we will be properly dressed, we will be properly sitting, we will be attentive. So same kind of thing should be followed here. It is not just there was somebody to control, here there is nobody to control. It should not be like that. So it will take some time. Definitely it will take some time for the transformation, for the people to understand, but the code of conduct should be given, and even that should be a mandatory for all the participants, that means the students who are attending those classrooms. And as far as the staff is concerned, definitely the staff will be feeling a little bit or hesitating first time or second time, but when it goes on, that will become an habitual or a routine work and they will be comfortable with it. I think so.
Thank you, sir. We have positive comments from all of the participants.
Thank you.
It was indeed a beautiful presentation.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
May I now invite our IQAC coordinator, Mr. R. Vishnu Shankar, to propose the vote of thanks. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, all present here. First, I express my sincere thanks to Dr. Sundaraj sir, who delivered an excellent speech on education, past, present, and future. I thank very much, sir. Very much for you, sir. You have accepted our invitation and express your views. It was a fruitful session. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
And thank you, sir. I thank our management, our principal, Dr. B. Venkataraman, sir, given permission to conduct such a program during this lockdown period. I thank our principal, sir. The team of IQAC members, especially I have to mention a few names: Dr. Ramji, Deepa Madam. Then the technical persons who are all in a back position, they helped us so much. I personally thank each and everyone for their support, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Dear participants, we have already sent a separate feedback form in Telegram, and if those who are not in Telegram, we will send a exclusive feedback form through email. Don't worry, we will dispatch the e-certificates within 3 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. We may now formally close our meeting. Thank you, participants, for your wonderful participation. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, sure. Definitely it will get. We have to include it. We have to get it. Definitely it will be getting serious. Only thing we have to maintain the proper records. It should be conducted after a very good.
சார் இன்னும் அதான் போயிட்டு இருக்கணும். நான் முடிச்சிட்டேன், இன்னும் ஒரு 30 செகண்ட் வரும். எப்படி இருந்துச்சு? கசகசன்னு பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
வந்தது. நல்லா present
சார் எல்லாம் பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ் திட்டினாங்களா சார்? தேங்க்யூ சார். ஐயோ இது என்ன சார், எனக்கு தான் ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச் சார். சார் ஆமாம், மார்ச் 17th கரெக்டு. ஓ சரி சார். ஐயோ தேங்க்யூ சார். தேங்க்யூ. கொடுங்க சார். சார் நல்லா இருக்கேன் சார்.